really, you know, connected with the game and everything. So, and this is always a fun experience to cast these earlier rounds and qualifiers as well, seeing these different teams. But again, this is one of 4 matchups currently in this round. Another one that definitely going to keep an eye on here is we got the Mystery Gang versus Chopstick Gaming. Mystery Gang, of course, know plenty about them as of late. Chopstick Gaming, Chaoli now, the Denver Pro, so a couple of names there that are definitely very recognizable. That should be a fun one. Then the other one, Ringers versus In the Six and his guys there. So Ringers, of course, is Panny, Guifix, Fabelli, and whatnot. So definitely some fun series here to keep an eye on in this round. But this is the one we wanted to cast here. It chose to cast at least.
Yeah, and I think we chose the right one. It's too early to say, but recent results, at least, or recent performance from these teams indicates that we have chosen a good one that's going to be filled with action, at least, because both of these 2 teams are, in core, relatively active players.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you actually are, you like this team, this Mir Russ over here. I know when we did those top 10 rankings, you actually put them on your list. As,
yeah, I did. I had them at
so.
10th rank, so
yeah.
I would expect them to be a likely candidate to get into Diamond at least.
Yeah.
They showed a lot of promise during the DreamHack qualifiers when they took 1 game from Complexity and were actually close to snatching the whole series. So especially their Parasite plays, which we could see here once again in this game. It's not the same player though as last time, or the player that I was just really impressed by, but I'm sure that Dominator here could do a decent job on him as well.
Yeah, worth noting off the bat, too, I'm sure people notice as Kronos gets a Ward Aside off just before they see him. Now, I don't know if they saw him or not, to be honest, and if they did, then you would think a Rev Ward would be in route here,
if
possibly.
you had one.
That's true, they don't have one. They'll just Ward Aside themselves, so never mind. Gonna just have to deal with it. But I was going to point out that Super Kiji not here today. I know he's definitely a fan favorite for good reason. A fun player to watch. He is on the roster. We actually did see him playing earlier in the event with them. But he is not here today for Russian Dargons, unfortunately. But still a very strong team, of course. You know, names like Time to Die, Archie Tiger, Cat Lemaine. Definitely recognizable ones. Man, this Clanks loves to clear these trees. He's just going through with the hawk.
It's a freaking pain in the ass to be the suicide versus this. Like, you don't really need the man. Oh, wait, is this going to be an offensive suited tri-lane? Just changed up their minds completely. Oh, boy. This is going to be interesting. No trees whatsoever. I mean, oh, man. I wouldn't be surprised to see the creep lanes just ending up somewhere in the forest instead.
Yeah. It's kind of funny seeing it like this. But yeah, I mean, he did use a lot of mana to do that, but I guess he's not necessarily looking to be too intense on the mana early on for assisting farming or anything like that. So kind of makes sense. But yeah, with this aggressive mana up here, maybe throwing him off a little bit as far as what to expect. How about this lineup, by the way? You know, the Kronos, the Suicide Kronos here for Mir Russ, and we've seen the synergy before of Clanks and Kronos, so that's kind of the idea that they're going for. But this, honestly, this also does feel like a kind of half-and-half team. Part of it's like we want to really aggressive, you know, Deadwood and Parasite that kind of jump you, kill you. And the other part of it's, well, Moira, you got Kronos, you got the Clanks. We want to group up and team fight. So, I don't know. It does seem a little off there.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, Chronofield works well with the Clanks, but it doesn't necessarily work that well with the Deadwood and the Parasite, seeing as they are both melee heroes. But still, I mean, the general idea, I think they have a relatively solid, at least. They have initiation on all parts of the game, at least. I mean, Kronos is similar to Pharaoh in that way, like secures that early initiation. So it should be fairly easy as soon as he's level 6 to set up kills with, oh wait, I missed that completely. What's going on down
Caught on camera down here, and just simply Moira getting a little too involved with Clivon. He goes down, but definitely a turn kill happening, and possibly another one. Yes, it will be a double tap for Sarates, so the big picture working out right now in favor of Mir Russ, and it could be more. Miraxis running back to the lane. Of course, no trees are here, so nothing for him to dodge in. The Shards of Harkon will connect, and Miraxis will fall. A hat trick for Sarates. Yeah, I think they're okay. They gave up the Bloodlust.
I think so too. I think they're more than happy with that. 550 gold per minute clanks, 2 minutes into the game. That's even more scary than the 10 minutes annihilation that we saw on Darklade earlier this game, or earlier this evening.
That is not good news right now for the Russian Dargons. And yeah, it seemed like it was working out very well with this landing choice, but I don't know. I guess the rotation of Parasite coming over too, and the want to get aggressive from Clank. So he kind of positioned himself pretty well too. He played that very well as far as flying around with the Hawk, keeping his distance, and clearly was able to do enough damage there.
I mean, in this particular game, I think it's okay, but in general, you don't want to have Meraxes on your offensive lane, seeing as he doesn't have that, initiation stun. He has to get Marchers or something like that, or he's dependent on Andromeda hitting his comet stun before he can hit his Quake stun. And especially then versus the Clanks, who can easily fly away, it's going to be so problematic to actually bring him down. So if Clanks gets a few levels, you can see here, he's going to be stacking the forest and try to get the lane back a little bit. But if he gets level 5 and he gets full steam boots, like, I don't know how longer the Hellborn team is going to be able to stay down here. I think they're going to have to be forced to rotate in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, for right now, as you pointed out, again, the lane kind of pushed up right here, so definitely liking life a little bit, but perhaps getting more farm and Midas, maybe a little more threat here, level 6 or whatnot. Granted, he already has his ultimate, but still, getting him a little bit more levels here to feel more comfortable than sending him bottom could perhaps be the choice. But Cthulhu Font is going to once again be boxed out right here. Leech is going to come out, but I don't see them getting a kill by any means. He has the trample still, so even if they did catch up to him, would be able to trample away. Silhouette going at it with Kronos. I would assume Silhouette's doing pretty well, and my assumption, it looks like it is correct. Doing some good damage right there on a Kronos, but 23 and 7, 330 gold per minute right now for Catlamine. Yeah, doing a pretty damn good job up here, but safe to say a favorable matchup for Silhouette.
Yeah, it's safe to say. Kronos is sharp, probably looks to rotate, and he might be doing so. No, he's just going to go to Observatory. I mean, as soon as Deadwood hits level 6, I feel like one leap from Kronos should more or less be enough, at least, to secure the kill on Midas. Or how does that work when you jump in with the Curse of Ages? You can't time it, right? So that you stack... Yeah, you just jump in and you got a stun on your first hit.
Yeah, of course. So like right now, if his next hit is going to be a stun with the one charge on it. So yeah, you time it in that sense where you get it to that point and you can go in and guarantee it. So yeah, they took away the whole RNG element in that sense. Kind of like a Thunderclaw and Charged Hammer, where those all used to be completely random as far as when they were proc. Middle lane, Midas, yeah, a lot of trouble. He's going to survive barely. That was a Willowmaker use, so the fact that he lives is actually pretty big.
That's why I wanted Kronos there in the mid lane. I mean, he was over at the Observatory. I feel like he could have easily rotated to the mid and gotten that kill on Midas. But yeah, now with the Willowkeeper down, Midas can more or less feel very comfortable here in the mid lane and just, yeah, more or less box out Deadwood completely from taking last hits.
Double Crushing Claw, but I think the Minor Totem is maybe what made the biggest the difference right there for Midas, as he got very low on life. Obviously, one auto attack away, one simple auto attack away even, but he does live, and as they're pointing out, the Willowmaker still another 50 seconds on cooldown. So here comes Parasite, but not the biggest threat as far as the creep goes. And the Vulture Lord here does get hit by the Rotten Grass at the last second, but is going to be fine in the end, as we see there. So yeah, Kronos managing to hit level 6. I will say that seems like that's where he's doing all right here at least. But when it comes to farm, Silhouette, by all means, securing that very well at this top side.
Yeah, they'll place the new Word of Sight here as well. So well played by Archer Tiger, securing that the hard camp here at the Legion side is still blocked, making sure that the Parasite is not going to be able to come over and get some surprise ganks off onto the Meraxes. And as you can see here, Veiled Rot coming out from Cthulhu Font. So the Hellborn team is actually the ones being aggressive.
Yeah, trying to look for a kill opportunity. Obviously, the beginning of the game did not go as planned for them when some action got involved, trying to change that here. By the way, shout out to Mathematical. He's apparently covering one of the other series, the Ringers versus 0527, I guess they're even tagged. But anyways, in the 6, Swaggy B, those guys had another American team, so definitely intrigued by that series. And check out his stream, get some dual streaming going on if you'd like. Keep updated on how that one's going. But Cthulhu Font, meanwhile, bottom lane, back to this action. You already saw the
that's
TP
an
from
invis.
Kronos.
But it was a veiled rot.
Yeah, no, you're right. So he wasn't exposed. Then Kronos comes in. The Kronos Fear is going to happen. It did not hit Cthulhu Font, but it will be enough to save Moira and set up the turn kill. Yes, there comes Parasite. Cuts him off with the Minotaur. Ran right into it. And a nice job by Moira getting in the front lines with the Shards of Harkon. Down goes Andromeda. Cthulhu Font, a double tap already for Certus. It will not be another hat trick, but still, they'll be more than satisfied with that outcome.
This is an offensive suited tri-lane from... Oh my god, that's just gonna add even more salt to the wound. Damn. That's... Well, I mean, the gold per minute, or the gold difference between the two teams are really even still, but the fact that Certus is the one that's sitting on all the gold on the Legion side is definitely bad news. And the fact that Moraxus is really far away from that Polki as well, seeing as Deadwood is closing it in, or closing in on it.
Silhouette, definitely going to be the saving grace here for Russian Dargons. 384 gold per minute. She continues to farm very well, and does go the Ghost Marchers, right? You saw Quincy kind of pointing out right there. It's pretty minimal difference, to be fair, but slightly better win percentage when they go the Ghost Marchers on Silhouette than the Steam Boots here. But the obvious difference here is that she's a little squishier than she would be if she had the Steam Boots. And you got something like a Deadwood, a Parasite, that kind of goes to that idea where it's a little risky, but we'll see if it pays off for her. Nullstone's going to be solid here for her as well against this Legion makeup, I would think.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a must. Especially versus the Deadwood, of course, and the Parasite. Deadwood has the Oak Ball, so it's not... oh, Midas, nice Rotten Grasp.
Yeah, put it behind her, pretty much figuring that she's going to have to run back into it. However, it's still not enough. Did not have his ulti. 10 more seconds.
Cooldown. And actually, I think the facehug could have been... they probably could have delayed it a little bit. I mean, she was stuck in the Rotten Grasp, so he probably wouldn't have needed to get the silence out straight away. But yeah, it's hard to blame you for that. Nice attempt, at least. The Rotten Grasp was right on the mark.
I will say this, and maybe this does go back to them kind of manning up, and obviously it's not free, 100% free farm for Certus, but for being 5-0-0 and a hat trick and a double tap that he's gotten, honestly, 360 gold per minute isn't as high as I would have expected it to be. But bottom lane, Moraxus, he's going to be fine.
Ports are coming in as well. The Legion team spots this though, and they're going to bait it out. Cthulhu's actually going to complete the port as well. I felt like he had an excellent opportunity right there to just cancel it and continue to farm. But, yeah. I mean, they successfully baited TP down here at least. Clank's going to rotate back into the forest though and farm. No, wait, he's still down here at the bot lane. I mixed up the players.
Well, the whole Legion team has been down here for a little bit. I mean, Kronos has been involved trying to set up some more kills. And meanwhile, Silhouette's just been free farming more and more at the top side of the map. So that's where it's actually pretty good for this Hellborn side. Midas again, though, middle lane. This time is caught, and this time a Willowmaker's ready, and that means it will be a kill on Accuse in there. So good coordination and different guy on the Deadwood.
Yeah, he's playing really well so far. I mean, he's been hitting pretty much every single Rotten Grasp, and that's not the easiest thing to do, so he's definitely using the shadows to his advantage. And there we go again. Not going to be the most damage, but still, like, he's pushing the lane at least, and that creates a little bit of time and window for his team and what's going on down in the bot lane.
Well, Moira with the illusion trying to help secure a kill on a Cthulhu Font, but yeah, Parasite already used his burst really. Leech was still a little bit on cooldown, I believe, so chose not to dive right there. Against Cthulhu Font, pretty risky, of course, so gonna be fine. Moira, by the way, just warding right there in the Ancients of the Hellborn side, so gonna prevent a triple stack, so good timing on her part. Those nice little small things that come out. And we'll prevent a little bit more farm.
Yet another port down here by Cthulhu. I really feel like most forest heroes, like from both sides, like they're focusing way too much on being aggressive instead of just farming. Like they're both below 200 gold per minute, and they have pretty much been untouched.
Yeah, well, maybe the idea though is to distract enough to keep them occupied and not dealing with Silhouette, because again, it continues to be Silhouette just free farming up here. And there's been no movement at all from the Legion team, even in the top part of the map. I mean, right now, Kronos is back up, but look at it, he's porting bottom. He's going back bottom lane. So Silhouette will just continue to control the whole top portion of the map, really. when it comes to resources.
Oh my god, these guys back and forth, like, talk about inefficient. And now, yeah, Kronos is missing once again, so now he's gonna have to walk all the way back to the top lane if he wants to take those creep kills. They have to get a kill out on this Moraxis or someone.
There we go. Chronosphere, he missed Cthulhu Font, though. He takes a trample. Moraxis, however, is still going to fall. Yes, he will go down. Andromeda also picked up Cthulhu Font. Here come the TPs, though. Silhouette, she's going to be good to go. She's level 11, by the way. Yeah, she's got some pretty good farms. Certez flying away with the Hawk. Can they catch him? I think they're going to be able to. It's going to deactivate the Hawk any second. There we go. And now the chase is on. Nice bang coming out. Tree grapple in 2 seconds. Tree grapple here, go forward, that's going to be a kill. And that's a big kill. Catloman getting the kill on a Certis. That's huge.
Deadwood did actually, he chose not to be part of that fight. He had mana and he had HP for it, but he used Rotten Grasp in the forest instead to clear the tri-stacks. I don't know if it would have mattered. It was probably the right decision from him as well. That was a little bit too much of a dive from the Legion team. But a nice response from the Hellborn team, and yeah, Catloman picking up that savage streak from Certas. I cannot stress how much that really means for the progress of this game, and he's going to have an Ulster now at the 30-minute mark, more or less.
Yeah.
Maybe 14, 15, 14, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, 14 minutes. Yeah, he's clearing up a triple stack right here. Yeah, it should be pretty much around that time. You see Andromeda even coming over to assist with the Aurora, which I'm guessing is level 3. Is he maxing that out? No, he's maxing out the Comet, actually. It's always interesting with Andromedas. Comet or the Aurora, depending on the situations, but likes the Comet here for the more damage. Of course, the stun doesn't scale, but more damage is nice. Anyway, Silhouette, though, yeah, Nullstone coming up very shortly here is the point. Now they're going to try to find it. This is the first time they've gone active into the jungle with a Veiled Rot here.
Oh, that's actually really lucky for them, the fact that they find Silhouette instead. I think, at least.
Oh my god, the Nullstone, the split, he's going to survive. No, the Ron Grass caught, and now she's in trouble. That was the illusion, she swapped!
Yeah,
oh my god, what a swap right there! She's gonna survive, and the teammates come in for the support. Deadwood goes down. Even I was super confused right there. Kronos, he's now trying to get away, and he might actually be fine with this, but wow. Catloman.
I mean, he just got the Nullstone. Yeah, exactly. I mean, actually, he swapped out even before the Rotten Grasp actually hit him.
Okay.
But that was really difficult to see because he wasn't in vision for the Legion team. I mean, we had full vision on him throughout that entire time, but Deadwood was just around the corner running in the trees, so that was perfectly timed by Catloman with that swap, completely confusing Deadwood, making him waste Willowkeeper on the illusion. And he also just got a Nullstone delivered. Like, the courier was literally on top of him when that gank attempt happened. So, a little bit of luck for the Hellborn team, but hey, luck is a part of skill, you know?
Well, you were just saying a little bit of luck for the Legion side just before that because of the Veiled Rot. It was almost exposed by Andromeda, and she just barely missed the timing. So, yeah, luck is ultimately going to be a part of the game, but right there, it went a little more in favor of Russian Dargon, specifically Silhouette. But yeah, it really goes back to Catloman here. He's going to be the big reason why they're victorious in the end, if that's the case. It seems like because he's been just farming away. He's been on top now for a little bit. Even see, I don't know, but to me, a 7-1-0 Clanks should have more than 400 gold per minute. I mean, I know it's almost weird to say, but I feel like that should be the case.
Optimally, yes. This is like the game that we casted yesterday. We also had a Clanks on the safe lane. We had like 5-0 or something after the landing phase, and he was like a 250 gold per minute. So, yeah, finding the kill somehow, but not the farm. He does have the Funicle now, though, and the stacks are starting to shape or starting to build up here in the forest. Still nothing over at the Ancients, but I mean, 415, and I assume that it's going to progress in the near future, unless the Hellborn team is going to start to be active now with the Moraxis and the Cthulhuphant. And the Midas, actually. They have 3 heroes that's closing in on Polkeys, so they got a big window here, or a big timing, where they hit 3 Polkeys and could potentially, like, put on the aggressive.
Well, they're going to have 4 portal keys, because Silhouette, I'm sure, was going to go on as well. So
oh, true.
they're going to, this is all of a sudden going to become a very, very mobile team here on the Hellborn side. Deadwood chasing out Midas, by the way, gets the lockdown. However, Comet's on the swap as well, and now Deadwood in trouble. Silhouette running with the auto attacks. Death Lotus doesn't really connect, but who really cares, right? Gets the kill, that's what's important. And great turnaround onto Deadwood right there, and anytime you can turn him as he goes for a kill with that portal key, that's very good news. Look at the golden experience lead. It's actually growing a little bit here now for this Valborn team. About 3,300 gold lead, about a 4,000 experience lead as well in their favor. And yeah, the portal keys, they're coming now. Midas got it. Moraxis just got his. Silhouette and Cthulhu Fawn a minute away or so.
Yeah, that's going to be scary. It has to be scary if you're the Legion, especially Clanks. Like, he does not have the support around him. And what did I just see? Are you kidding me?
What?
Like, I hope he sells that. Parasite just purchased a portal key.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, it's coming.
Like, why would you want a portal key in this game? Like, follow up on Deadwood aggressive, but like, he's so under-leveled already. Like, the only reason I see him getting a portal key on that hero is if you're up versus like a Tempest or something similar like that, or if you have like a big window or like a big advantage of your enemy team. Like, the enemy team has 2 low-level supports and you can just find free kills all over the map. Other than that, like, the puzzle box is way too good to ignore, especially in this game. I guess he's worried about the Cthulhu eating the creeps and he just wants to go for a little bit more of a mobile gang route, but I don't think you can respect the Cthulhu that much.
Well, he's going to use the portal key right here, but here we go. Deadwood actually then falls up on a Midas, and that will be an easy kill. And now Moraxis, he's being locked in as well, so that Arcane Vortex causing all of that to happen. Chrono Spirit, nobody missed Silhouette as she portal keys in. She's going for the damage in the background. She does not have Illusion up, by the way. She's in trouble. She's going to be able... Wait, did she?
Yeah, she's
oh my god, she did. I didn't think it was up, actually, so she's going to be fine. But Cthulhu Font running away as the rest of their team getting picked off. So they got the count of Chronos. It ends up being a 3-for-1. This hero, man, it's so difficult sometimes to watch.
Yeah, it is. Especially when they add up more avatars, like from time to time, and you're like, oh, you get used to this new alt avatar effect and the visual effects on this hero as well.
Yeah,
it's a struggle, man.
I thought I saw the ulti on not used yet, though. That's why I called it out. But no, totally he had it, and that was good for him.
And look at that, the golden experience is all evened up now.
Yeah, it is pretty much identical here. So that is interesting how that portal key timing happens, yet the Legion team is the one that starts to win fights then.
It is actually a little bit of a trend. Like, people get too confident when they get a little bit of a lead. They're like, okay, game is going pretty well. We got 4 portal keys just picked up. Let's go super aggressive. Like, they haven't even crossed the river for the past 19 minutes, more or less, but when they get 4 portal keys, suddenly they're just diving the enemy forest, like, engaging in a full team fight when Silhouette wasn't even nearby. Oh, boy.
Speaking of Silhouette, finds Clanks and secures a kill onto him, so good pursuit. Battle of the supports apparently coming out right here. Andromeda versus the Illusion Moira. Illusion Moira is doing a lot of work, but...
I love how you say Illusion Moira. That sounds awesome.
And it's kind of dumb I have to be honest. But can you tell? Can you tell I despise this hero's make? No. It's strong, man. It is strong. But in the end, nothing really coming out of it. But this tower is going to fall.
Death Grasp, what's it called?
Grasp.
Rotten Grasp, yeah. It's gonna be used here. It's not gonna be enough. There is a nice trample, actually, by time to die, in case they were to jump in there after that Rotten Grasp onto Midas. I don't think he would dare to, but still, like, nice little precaution there for Cthulhu.
Yeah. You see a little bit more item progression coming out, but the big one's gonna be Silhouette at nearly 2,000 more gold saved up, so where does she go next? Firebrand, Geometer's Bane, or will it be more the defensive Shrunken Head build as I think what the usual ideas are here. And it seems like whenever we have a Shrunken Head and an Nullstone, it's usually a little too defensive here. So
Geometer's Bane, more than enough here.
Yeah.
It's going to take off the Facehug effect from a Parasite. It can get you out of the Rotten Grasp if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yeah.
So Geometers, yeah, definitely. It's going to be the right choice. And he is going to agree. He's going to go for the Firebrand.
That was an illusion, by the way, and they just used both a Willowmaker and a Facehug on an illusion.
On Silhouette illusion?
I'm not even sure what. I think it was a Midas illusion, actually. Yeah, he has another one back here. And I think he sent it up to kind of scout out, and they fell for it, so that worked out pretty well. And now Moraxis jumps in on the Clanks! Clanks is dead. That was quick. Yeah. And part of you almost wants to say that they should have expected something because of that illusion baiting out 2 ultimates, but They didn't. And now here goes the
They
tower.
did not. No. Now they're in a very tricky position because both, I mean, Parasite went for like an early game build with a Polki, and Deadwood, of course, is going to taper off as well. The only one that really remains to deal physical damage when it comes to the late game is going to be the Clanks, and he's died 3 times in a row now. And he's like sinking in gold per minute.
You see the 5,100 gold lead, 4,000 experience lead here in their favor of the Russian Dargons right now. So this is game 1, getting more and more control of it. In Legion's side, on the other hand, I mean, Chronos kind of another guy in the background I haven't really talked too much about, but his progression, it's not really much better. The Steam Boots, the Energizer, it looks like is what he's working on, but he's still well off any kind of core item that you would like to see on him. In this case, you know, again, probably more of the big ulti style, so like a Restoration Stone would be my guess here, but
yeah, that's a long way off, though.
Yeah, nothing for it yet. 5,200 gold away, pretty much. So,
as this game is progressing right now, I don't see him getting one this game. It's gonna end sooner. I think that the Hellborn team got an excellent chance now with Silhouette level 17 as well. If she gets Geometers and then they go for a Conquer kill, I feel like they can pretty much seal the deal by taking control of the Legion Forest. Different guy though, and the Dominator here are going to look for something with that Veiled Rot, but they're not going to find anything.
Yeah, you see on the minimap, unless they keep heading down towards the bottom side here, which Parasite might actually, but by himself, I don't know if he get a kill necessarily. And yeah, not going to find that up. Well, maybe Andromeda jumping back in. Is he going to go for it? No, a little too risky there. Probably for the better, because Midas is nearby, as well as Silhouette, or more access even, so choosing to play it safe, and that's to their benefit. There is some pretty aggressive warding on either side going on. You see both teams making a point to ward up the other's jungle a little bit to look for some opportunities here, but not finding any just yet. Silhouette will continue to farm away, though. The Firebrand, another 2,000 plus gold saved up already. Calamine, it really seems like he's very comfortable with this hero. Yeah, not an easy hero to be very good on, in my opinion. I think it's kind of one of those, has definitely a higher skill cap than a lot of heroes. And he's playing pretty well with it.
Yeah, so far I don't think he has done a single mistake. He's been on top of everything, more or less. He's being at the right position at all times, making the correct swaps and the right item pickups. So, yeah, playing really well.
You see middle lane, Parasite and Chronos possibly looking for something, but more so needing to get away because nearly every one of the Russian Dargons over here looking for an opportunity. Yeah, Midas pushing out the bottom lane, so he will not be with them, but a fight could very likely break out. In fact, that's the real Moira, but they...
He's running straight in. I don't know, he's controlling the illusion or something. He thought he was controlling the illusion.
Got confused, yeah. There was no reason to do what he just did right there. Yeah, there's definitely some misclickage going on.
Damn, some illusions over here. Killing the Conqueror. But yeah, pretty much as expected here, Silhouette picks up the Geometers and they go for the Conqueror attempt. They're gonna take it, gonna take control of the enemy forest, and they are gonna try to seal the deal, I would assume, here in the near future. There's really no reason to wait now when they got all their core items.
It's gonna be a token easily on Silhouette, of course. As, yeah, picks it up right there. Top lane, Legion side, again, just continuing to look more and more for an opportunity here. Clank's farming in the jungle in the meantime. Off to the side as they're going to jump Chronos, though, themselves. I went to Clanks for a second. Then before I know it, Chronos is actually getting jumped. And then Chronos is going to fly, or excuse me, Clanks is going to fly away as a result, but...
Oh, mid lane? No? What's Mora doing with the illusion? Kill the Andromeda!
Oh, he got the stun off, though. Mora coming in. They are going to get the kill, so... They say, fine, we'll kill your main support. Who happened to be by himself.
Mora was actually looking for reinforcements rather than helping with the kill, so I guess that was a good play by him.
Well, the reinforcements were busy pushing the top lane, which they're actually continuing to do now. And it's going to be another tower kill, so... Overall, definitely in favor of, once again, the Hellborn team. They continue to get their biggest gold and experience lead of the game. Yeah, Silhouette.
Like I mentioned, though, like I mean, they get the tower kill, which is great, but as you can see, I mean, the goal lead it decreases a little bit, but the experience gain it kind of remains the same, if not actually going into the Legion's favor a little bit, or not into their favor, but it's actually decreasing a little bit. So, as I said, I mean, Hellborn team, they got all their core items, so getting that extra gold right now is not that big of a deal. Like, it's just gonna sit in their bank anyway. I feel like they should try to go for the hero kills rather than the tower kills. Otherwise, Clanks is going to catch up in terms of gold and experience, and that's not really what you want. Like, if there's one way for them to climb back into this game, the Legion team, that's if Clanks gets those, like, next set of items, like Geometry Spade and then potentially one more damage item. Then suddenly they're in a good spot again, because they got a setup to provide for the Clanks to do a lot of work in the teamfights with the Chronos and the Arcane Vortex and the Deadwood Wharton Grasp and all that. So Hellborn team, even if they are in a confident lead, they still need to be a little bit careful and just make sure to keep the pressure up now when they actually got the opportunity with the Token of Life on Silhouette.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The setup here, as you pointed out, is obviously there. Even with Chronos kind of struggling overall with farm, it doesn't necessarily need that farm. As long as he can get off the one Chronosphere, he's kind of doing his job there. As long as it, you know, is at the appropriate time, of course. So, the idea that, yeah, Parasite Dead would jump in first, maybe get a quick pick, and then Chronos follows up with the big Chronosphere that Clanks follows up with damage in. That's kind of the god initiation there that they're looking for. But it's it is possible, but at the same time, it's definitely not going to be easy here. And the idea of just constantly looking for kills on the Hellborn side, we'll see if that kind of picks up here or not. But 2,700 gold saved up on Midas. Right now, it's just headed back towards the bottom lane to continue to farm. Silhouette kind of a similar area at the Ancients. And about 2,000 gold saved up. Abyssal Skull was picked up by Cthulhu with plated greaves on him as well. So getting a couple of aura-heavy items. Hard to be critical of that, you know. Going up against a Deadwood especially, so some good armor for the team. Clanks, of course, as well. Sure, a lot of magic damage, but definitely still applies a good amount of physical. And there'll be some nice mitigation there for him and his team. But they are kind of grouped up at the bottom side here. You look at the Legion side, though. They're doing a lot of just huddling themselves. I guess they kind of feel like they have to.
Yeah, no point in defending the towers as long as Silhouette got the Token of Life. That's why I feel like the Hellborn team should have been a lot more aggressive earlier on with the Token of Life, because now it's about to run out, and I don't know, they should have secured the tier 2 tower in the mid as well, not allowing the Legion team to go for this kind of counter pushing. Because the Legion team at this point, they're more than happy with those trades. They are in the deposit, so yeah, every trade that they can take, that they will take.
Trading a base tower though, probably not in the books here.
Yeah. Now it's starting to get a little bit dangerous. They need to port back now. A little bit too late to respawn as many teams. Like, there's the left base tower fall for a bit.
God, it's so hard to tell with the Silhouette anyways. I think that's a real one. Yeah, it kills Parasite right there just like that. He has no buyback. The real Silhouette is still alive. Clinks to the background with the shrunken head up. Chronosphere not really doing a whole lot in the end, and Clanks is currently out of mana, still putting in some right clicks, but not going to be nearly enough when it's all said and done. In fact, they hold pretty damn well. Does rush into Argons, and they're going to keep pushing as a result here and clean up the rack. So, man, they just did not have nearly enough firepower.
They did not, and they actually ported out, like, they put it in at different times as well. Like, they got in one after another. Like, first of all, Deadwood went in, or Parasite went in onto the Silhouette. I don't know what was going on. I mean, I think everyone was just confused about which one was really Silhouette. Yep. And Kettleman did an excellent job in just standing his ground and, like, pretending that it was an illusion, but it was actually real. So he picked up a Parasite before Kronos even jumped in. Then he only catched the Midas in his Chrono field. Clanks wasn't even there at the time. He was still at the top, just porting in. And yeah, Hellborn team just winning a very dominating fight. Once again, big props for Kettleman for playing the Silhouette so well.
Yeah, you're right, and I kind of wonder if that was him just kind of being lazier. Maybe there is a little bit of strategy to that, almost just standing still, like you said, and acting like you are an illusion, yet you're still doing a crap ton of damage. And he did have the token, worst case, so if he did happen to still get bursted down, you know, have the token would come right back up. Obviously, the team support. Yeah, I got the replay shown right here. It's It's again, even as a spectator, it's ridiculously hard. This is one of the harder skins to tell, especially with a null stone. I mean, it's just so covered up. It's like I don't even know how you could tell, honestly. But yeah, the real one was just sitting there standing.
Yeah, the only way to tell is like if you see the glimmer or yeah, the glimmering like sparkle, like when he actually uses the swap. Otherwise, they're like identical.
Yeah. Oh, through the font middle lane. Now again, we just talked about how he's pretty tanky. Actually, he hits the illusion up more. Eventually, he's going to get the stun off, and they eventually chase him down, but at what cost here? Silhouette, Midas, they're ready to go. Midas double damage turn on him. Cthulhu can't buy back, though, so maybe a little bit risky. Deadwood jumps in, gets the quick kill on a Midas, but here goes Silhouette. Puts in the auto attack. That will be the fake one now. And I believe now it's the real one. Yeah, no, he ports back in with the real one, so. Doing some evasioning right there, but maybe going to catch somebody? No, that was close, actually. But no cigar, so a little bit of fight there from the Legion team, from Mira Russ, but not nearly
now
enough.
They just need to, yeah, they just need to repeat this kind of procedure 5 more times, and then maybe they might be able to get back into that gold lead. But it's going to take quite some struggle, and now with this bottom racks here as well. Constantly pushing in, it's going to be difficult, but of course they got a Clanks, so the game is never over until the very end.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those heroes, isn't he, where as long as he's getting some solid farm, which he definitely is here, 450 plus gold per minute, you can never be too happy. And again, we still haven't seen the combo, the Kronos Clanks combo in this game yet, and once that lines up, we'll see the potential definitely there, but who's the guy that lost that one game? Oh.
Quincy made some stats like a carry with 650 plus experience, 600 gold per minute, like 152 to 1.
Somebody actually lost a game with that, yeah. It was probably a Salamon, let's be honest. Top lane, Silhouette, in trouble. That's the real one for now? Maybe? No, it's
I
fake.
don't know.
No, it's fake. The real one well alive as Deadwood gets a free kill, but that's going to come at a cost. Moraxis, that was a misclick, and the Rotten Grasp will save him. That was a god-rotten grasp right there. Moraxis stomped, by the way, before he portal keyed. So that was also a pretty bad misclick there on his part. And in the end, they're going to be fine. No, maybe not. Moraxis now being chased back. Pops the Matrax, gets caught by the Rotten Grass, though. Clanks with the auto attacks.
You see that damage output? Like, he doesn't have a single freaking damage item, and he's like hitting like a truck on a Moraxis.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how much damage this Clank deals.
Yeah, that's why you definitely are never too comfortable if you're the Hellborn side. Oh, okay. On Darklight, interesting. Was not able to do it against Sync Esports. Was that what? Did Sync have Silhouette? Was that one of those games? I think I might actually remember that game. Was that the Flensmeister Silhouette game where he just went off the charts and just counter pushed like crazy?
Oh, that was versus BMG, actually.
Okay, was that versus BMG? Okay. Was it Malikan? Interesting. Interesting. Well, this game, it's not over. I mean, this Silhouette, this is still a very losable game. That's the point that we keep getting back to for the Silhouette here. Yeah, the Hellborn side, so. Sheepstick on Midas, though, it helps. That's a good item to have.
It does.
Hellflower and Moraxis in the works.
And the Shrunken Head timing, or the duration on Clank's Shrunken Head is going to continue to decrease. So, actually going for the Savage Mace rather than finishing off the Geometer's Bane here. That's, it's greedy, but I like it.
Yeah, we just talked about the damage that he's doing, and this also gives him definitely some good physical presence, too. In terms of putting out his right clicks here, so yeah, he has the Shrunken Head, so that is able to help him get away somewhat from certain abilities, especially something like the Midas here. The roam will continue though. Soul's Bulwark on Deadwood. You also got one in Cthulhu Font, so both sides picking one up here. Cthulhu Font currently sitting defensive Soul's Bulwark. I wonder if that's just the intention here, or if he's microing it for the certain circumstances.
Yeah. Congo should be up here in the near future, I would assume. And that's probably something that the Legion team is not willing to give up. Or at least not for free. So I would say that the Hellborn team should start to clear the area around and get some vision up and running, rather than wait until it actually respawns. You see Silhouette there, he's on the edge, he really wants it. Oh wow, they had the timing figured out.
It's almost
Just
as
on the
if,
mark.
yeah, it's almost as if they planned it. That was well played. Now, the Legion team's pretty aware, though. They also have some kind of timer, I'm sure. And gonna start scouting over here. Back up lane, they're gonna be eaten right away, though, and Parasite's in trouble! Parasite goes down immediately. Meanwhile, Devin going for some burst, gets Kona Andromeda, but in trouble. Chronosphere on 3 heroes, pretty good. Not gonna be enough, though. Moraxis distracting Clanks, and he does get away in the end. And now Silhouette chasing this Clanks down, but Clanks is gonna fly away with the Hawk ability, trying to keep going away. But Clanks going toe-to-toe with Silhouette, not gonna be enough, though. Cat Lamai was confident, and he was correct in that confidence. Hellflower on a Kronos. The transmute gonna miss right there. It's not gonna really matter though. He's managing to dodge all these things. But finally a hat trick for Silhouette, and now they're gonna finish off Kongor. So, well, they again though, the Clanks was distracted by Moraxis when the Chronosphere happened, and I think if he wasn't distracted like he was, then maybe that could have been a little different. But
I think it came down to the Parasite just rushing straight in.
That
with
too, yeah.
He didn't even use the puzzle box, so I mean, even if he dies, or if you use the puzzle box before you rush in, like even if he died, the puzzle box is still going to deal a certain amount of damage, a mana drain in the team fight. But he's like rushing in on a Vagabond leader versus like a Tulifant, and he just got one shot at like before the fight even started. So they were 4 versus 5, and the Legion team felt committed enough to just continue fighting at that point. It was too late to fall back, so. In the end, the Hellborn team is holding the ground and coming out victorious, getting a token of life on top of that. Now with a 20k gold lead and a 645 gold per minute Silhouette, this is going to be too much for Clanks to carry.
That's the plan, at least for Russian Dargons over here, that they're in such a spot where the comeback is pretty much non-existent here for We Are Us, but Mira Us, excuse me. But we'll see what kind of hold they have here. Obviously, the bottom set of racks already cleared up. They're going for a second set. Clank. Look at the auto attacks on Silhouette. Holy crap. He thought he was fine with the Hawk. Boy, was he ever not. Meanwhile, the jump from Parasite, but it doesn't matter. The GG's come out. Why even try after Clank gets picked off as quickly as he did right there? Silhouette got too crazy. And that was, again, I always go back to a team effort, but